Greetings everyone, Raging Llama here again with another episode of The Surge. This is going to be a special short one. We ended the last episode after killing the P.A.X and heading on to the next area.
Next
but now we're heading back for a minute.
Abandoned production. Rocket Assembly 3.
Once you go into the next area, you get this item, the Frontier Riders Episode 1 through 3. It's part of the Good, the Bad, and the Augmented DLC. You have to go to the next area just to get it, turn right around and come back. I ran the wrong direction, so let me turn around and get going the right way here. We actually ran past the entrance to this a couple times. Once you restore power to the area, it does give you some dialogue when you try to enter the door, but it basically says it's not ready. Almost didn't make this run, but I got it in the end. So here's the entrance. You can only open this door once you get that item.
Didn't think you'd make it this fast. Testing. Testing. Can anyone hear me? Oh, sorry about that. Didn't see you moseying around there, Tenderfoot. I'm the supervisor, by the way, but you can call me Mr. Supervisor. We need a new marshal, you see. Someone who can save this wasteland in its hour of need. Oh, and don't worry about living up to my expectations. I'll make sure you get a first-class hanging either way.
Well, here's the main room for this DLC. It's got a med bay and item crafter. And just drop some stuff off. And up here is where everything starts. Right now we got the first 3 episodes, as you can see me flipping through. And all these little boxes to the left are basically ways to make the game harder once you play through it. Really the only one I'm interested in is the one right there, the lactose tolerant, because once you complete that one you get the golden rifle.
Barrel chamber assembly initiated. Moonshine distilled. Desert sand crushed.
This one's going to be fairly short because I'm only going to do one of these episodes. If you get hit by this ghost train, it does a lot of damage, and the fire it leaves behind does some damage over time. But it also hits the bad guys too. So if you can lure them onto the track, it's a way to get easy damage. Item I just picked up there is a lucky coin. It's basically multiple attempts at the boss. There's 3 of them in each level. Or each episode rather, because there's 3 levels in each episode.
That'll leave a mark.
This DLC added 2 new sets of armor for each class and a mess full of weapons. I want to say 3 of each kind. If you play the level without any modifiers, usually you only get the head slot item of the lowest quality. You have to add more of those modifiers to get the higher level things.
Warren's wrinkled, lonely heart.
There's one of the DLC weapons, the Rest in Pieces.
Kill first, ask never. Nice! As the lonesome cowboy rode off into the sunset, he heard a faint whistle in the distance. Yet he didn't shed a single tear for the passengers, because he knew where the train was going. They'll be... Warren felt as if the desert's scorching heat was punching him directly in his pretty little face. The sun was almost unbearable. He was sweating bullets. Bullets? Wait! Suddenly he wondered why he never brought his darn six-shooter
This
to these
specific
fights.
level has a giant light at the end of it that shines some fake sunlight on you, and if you get in the sun, it does damage. Normally you would look for the shade, stay in the shade, because my computer is so amazingly advanced. I had to turn the shadows off to make this game run smooth, so I just kind of have to guess where it is. That's apparently shadow where I'm at. You can kind of mess up the AI here a little bit by dashing through the door and back. It's supposed to close behind you so you can't go back, but if you do it fast, you can pull some of these robots in and stay out of the sun.
Easy there, partner. Easy.
These two always seem to pull together for some reason. That right there is a shortcut. Once you beat this episode, it's open forever. But you gotta beat it first. Sometimes two of these robots come, so you gotta be careful. Apparently almost this whole whole level is sunlight, so you gotta see right behind the rock. It's another one of the coins. That was the back end of the shortcut. And here's where you can turn the sun off. Now if you wanted, you could go back and get some items. These two almost always come out together, so fighting two guys at once is always great. Almost died.
I'm almost
I
impressed.
picked up 3 and didn't notice it. And here's the final boss. Each one of these bosses can have one of 4 modifiers. And this one looks like it's got the laser modifiers. As you fight the boss, random laser beams come out of nowhere. This one's probably the least fun. It feels like it's targeting you, but I don't know if it actually is. Looks like this guy spawned with the tomahawk, not the rifle that I wanted. Lasers. He's trying to heal. Anytime he kneels down like that, he's healing. You gotta knock him out of it. Out of heals. And cut.
Had killed the first of the glorious 12, a gang of ruthlessly effective and effectively ruthless criminals. He wondered how many more there were. Sadly, he wasn't the sharpest axe in the teepee.
There's a reward for the episode, the Vital Boost implant. And then you go back to the medbay.
I'm almost impressed.
And then it kind of dumps all your loot at you at once, because you technically don't have it till you win. This DLC does have a tiny story going with it, so every time you complete a mission, the audio log's right there.
Breaking news. At today's annual TV programming confab, streaming netlet Neuroflix yanked Western Skein Frontier Riders off its sked only hours after the show's 7th season premiere. Former soap starlet Doris Chappell, known for playing stunning Shantusi Delilah, is openly campaigning on her Twitter account for wrapping the tale up with a
I'll
final
make some extra
splash.
runs through that
But
episode,
according to
messing with some
studio
of the
press Harry
modifiers to get some of the
Bierstein,
gear
re-up
before I
chances
move on to the next
ATM
one.
are
The next time we come back in, you'll see
Off-the-record
me get ready
sources
for the
tell us
next
that
episode.
recently fired head scribbler Oliver Sutton offed himself. Nobody else has been tapped to fill the void. More updates as this story develops. Stay tuned.
Try to cut out some of that implant sorting in the future. Yep, you see we unlocked a whole bunch of mods. Just completing that first episode. I gotta beat 4 of these before I can get the gun that I'm after. And that's the boss of episode 2. I didn't go in there. I cut the game as it started loading. Catch y'all later. Come back for episode 2.